Are you struggling to find the perfect protein powder for you that will help you build muscle, burn fat, and let's be honest, most importantly, taste amazing? Yes, I know the struggle can be totally real because there are so many different products on the market, but don't worry, I have done all of the hard work for you and I am going to share with you in this video today what you should be looking for, what you should avoid, and the main difference between vegan and non-vegan options. Whether you're vegan, love whey, or simply just looking for a clean and effective powder to help fuel your workouts and hit your fitness goals, I am going to be sharing and breaking down the best protein powders and best practices when choosing a protein powder for a woman. If you want to start sculpting and building lean muscle and finally find a protein powder that works for you, this video, trust me, is perfect for you. So let's jump into it. Okay, let's get into what I look for when choosing a protein powder. Like I mentioned, there are so many products on the market, but not all protein powders are created equally and are good for you. So here's my personal checklist to make sure I'm always getting the best quality for muscle building, fat loss, and overall health. The first thing I look for is a high protein count. So no matter if you're going whey or vegan, you want to make sure you have about 20 to 30 grams of protein per scoop. That is the standard sweet spot for fueling your muscle recovery, keeping you full for longer, which is very important, and also supporting fat loss. If you're taking a protein powder with too little protein, you're kind of defeating the purpose of using it in the first place, especially if you're very active. It won't give you the benefits that you need, and it also won't help support your goals of losing weight and toning up. Protein is essential for building and repairing lean muscle, and getting enough of it in each serving is a must. Next, I check for a complete amino acid profile. I know that sounds very technical, but hear me out. This is very important, especially if you're choosing a vegan option like myself. I've been lactose intolerant actually since I've been a child, so whey protein just does not sit well in my tummy. So for me, I always opt for a vegan option. Amino acids are the building blocks of protein, and you need to make sure that you are getting all 9 essential ones in a protein powder that your body cannot create on its own. Whey protein naturally has a complete profile, but some vegan options don't unless they are a blend of multiple sources like pea, hemp, and brown rice proteins. If your powder does not have a complete profile, and yes, even our protein powders have profiles, it may not be as effective in helping you build and repair muscle. So definitely always look at that and have that top of mind when choosing your next protein powder that will be best for you. The third thing I'm looking for is minimal clean ingredients, and this is such a big one for me. I have mentioned this in other YouTube videos when I've been talking about snacks or other supplements. I am looking for the cleanest products that have ingredient lists that I can actually pronounce and recognize. And if I look at a label and I don't recognize the ingredients, that is a huge red flag, and I am most likely not putting that in my body. I promise that a good protein powder does not need to have additives, preservatives, or other artificial junk put in the ingredient list. I also want to stay away from a protein powder that is high in sugar. It is not needed. For example, a protein powder that I love, which is Truvani, they only have a handful of ingredients in each protein powder. This one specifically only has 7, and I know what each and every one of them are. Let's read them out. Organic pea protein, organic banana powder, organic vanilla powder, organic pumpkin seed, organic cinnamon, organic monk fruit extract, and organic chia seed protein. There's no stevia, there's no weird gums, there's nothing added to preserve the shelf life, which is why Truvani is one of my favorites. Stick with brands that focus on clean, whole ingredients, and trust me, your body will thank you for it. My fourth tip, and one of the most important things to check for, is added sugars and artificial sweeteners. A lot of brands will kind of sneak this into the ingredient list, thinking that it will make the protein powder taste better. In my opinion, I honestly hate a super sweet protein powder. I feel like it kills the taste of my smoothie and it's super overpowering. But more importantly, this can lead to blood sugar spikes, energy crashes, and ultimately stall your weight loss journey. Even worse, artificial sweeteners like aspartame can lead to bloatings, cravings, and even digestive issues. Sugars are a no-go. Instead, you can look for natural sweeteners like monk fruit if you are still wanting a little bit of a sweeter option. As I mentioned, in the Chobani powder, there is monk fruit added, but I don't find that it makes it too sweet at all. Trust me, you don't need a lot of sugar to make a protein powder taste good in whatever you are adding it into. Next up, digestibility. Some protein powders like whey can be hard on the stomach to digest and cause bloating or discomfort, especially like I mentioned, if you are lactose intolerant like I am, or if your body just has a hard time breaking down lactose. Again, I always opt for vegan options, and keep watching because I'm going to get to two of my favorite options. But in general, the vegan proteins tend to be easier to digest. Everyone is different, so you really truly need to find what works for you, especially when it comes to protein powders and digestibility. If you have ever felt sluggish or uncomfortable after a protein shake, it is worth looking into the ingredients of the powder that you are using and see if there's anything that you can recognize that would be irritable for your gut. Look for brands that offer easy to digest options and really try to avoid any powders that contain ingredients that will contribute to that bloating and even gas. I'm going to quickly speak to the pros and cons of vegan versus whey protein. I know I've kind of mentioned it throughout the video so far, but let's really break it down. So obviously a vegan option is really great for anyone who is lactose intolerant or on a plant-based diet. They also tend to be easier to digest, especially when made from hemp, pea, or brown rice proteins. Vegan proteins also tend to have more fiber, which also helps with digestion and keeping you fuller for longer. A con for vegan protein powders, I hear this a lot, the texture tends to be a little bit grainier, so you have to add a little bit more water or milk. For me, I personally don't really taste that. Again, I think because I've been dairy-free majority of my life, I don't even know what to compare that to. So for me, it's totally fine, but that is a feedback, and also depending on the powder, some protein powders can be grainier than others, so it's really just important to find one that actually tastes good for you. As I mentioned before, the vegan protein may not have the full amino acid profile, so just making sure that if you are choosing a vegan option, that it has a blend of multiple protein sources. Now moving on to whey protein. Whey protein is really considered the gold standard because of the complete amino acid profile that it has, which is so great for muscle building and also muscle recovery, which at the end of the day should be the main reason why we're taking protein in the first place. The other main pro is that they do tend to have a smoother texture and smoother tastes. Really, I would say the only con to this is that it's not great, again, for anyone who is vegan. I know I'm being a little bit repetitive, but it is really important to just test out, even if you're not vegan or not dairy-free or plant-based, whey still just might not be for you. So I would try experimenting, have a whey smoothie one day, a vegan-based smoothie the next day, and see how your tummy and your body reacts. That ultimately will tell you what option is best for you. Now for my top 3 recommendations for protein powders, and trust me, I have tried, I don't want to say hundreds, but I've tried a lot of protein powders in the past 10 years. I've been taking them since I was in university. I'm 33 now, and yeah, oh my God, actually longer. And whether you are opting for a vegan option or a whey option, I have options for both. First up is the Chobani Vegan Banana Cinnamon Protein Powder. It is my favorite. Ever since moving to the States, I have discovered Chobani. They don't have Chobani in Canada. They don't sell directly there. So unless you're paying a lot for duties and shipping, which honestly, it could be worth it, you can't get Chobani there. But that being said, ever since discovering it, I have been obsessed, especially with this flavor in particular. It is my favorite. Chuvani really is known for their clean and organic ingredients. They are a brand that stays true to their values, and in all of the products that they produce, that really comes through. Even though it is a super high quality protein, the taste is not compromised, and I love adding this not only to smoothies, but I literally add it to all of my baking. I put it in my protein pancakes, I put it in muffins, I put it in cookies, literally you name it. If the vibe is that a protein powder can be added to anything in baking, this is going in. All of their flavors have 6 or 7 ingredients, which is something I love so much. And even when I just mix it with water, honestly, the taste is still so yummy, so cozy, and actually perfect for fall. My go-to smoothie is the banana cinnamon protein powder, spinach or kale, almond milk, peanut butter, frozen zucchini or cauliflower. Yes, I know that sounds weird, but that's an easy way to kind of sneak your greens in. Sometimes I'll add flax or chia seeds, blend it up, and you have such a high protein, high fiber, high veggie packed, vegan, delicious smoothie that really acts as a full meal. I love Chuvani. My second favorite option when it comes to vegan protein is from Promix. Now, this is a company that I have recently discovered. I have not only been loving their protein powders, but I've also been loving their collagen, electrolytes. They have these like really yummy granola bars that are high protein, and I am kind of in love. I don't know again why it took me so long to discover Promix, but trust me, I am happy that I did. This flavor is the raw chocolate. There are 4 ingredients. That is it. Organic Canadian yellow pea protein isolate, Canadian, represent. Organic cacao, monk fruit, and vitamin B12. It has 25 grams of protein, and they actually recommend taking 2 scoops at once. That may seem like a lot, but honestly, I had it in a smoothie the other day, and it didn't overpower the smoothie and didn't feel like all I could taste was the protein powder. But can you imagine just with one smoothie, with the protein powder alone, you're getting 50 grams of protein. That's insane. Just a little side note when it comes to protein as well, a good goal to aim for is 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight. So for example, I'm 115 pounds. I want to try to aim for 115 grams of protein per day. So this with 2 scoops is almost half of my daily intake. That's pretty amazing. As I mentioned, this is a protein blend. All of the ingredients are natural. There are no added sugars, and it tastes amazing. I also love that they use raw organic cacao instead of adding some type of chocolate preservative. This protein powder has 0 grams of sugar, and to be honest, sugar is something that I've been trying to completely cut out lately, except for sugar in fruit. So this helps me stay on track with that goal. All right, I didn't want to leave a whey option out of the party today, so I did my research, I did my homework. I obviously haven't tried this one, but I found a 100% pure grass-fed whey protein powder. You wanna know how many ingredients is in this thing? 1. The ingredients is 100% whey protein concentrate, so like you literally cannot get anything cleaner than this. Because there's nothing added to this protein powder, if you do take it and your body does react to it not in a great way, such as gas, bloating, or you just feel uncomfortable after, you will know that whey in general is just not going to be a great option for you because this is all that it contains. This whey protein in particular is cold pressed, which is actually really awesome. That means that when it's being processed, they're not using heat, which naturally kills off all of the nutrients in whatever is being pressed. It is made from the milk of pasture-raised cows, ensuring that it is hormone-free, antibiotic-free, and also sustainably sourced. There are 21 grams of protein per serving, and they recommend 1 scoop in water for a protein shake or in a smoothie. I'm going to be serving this to my boyfriend because he can tolerate the whey, but I'm so curious if any of you guys have tried this option. Make sure to comment below, but if I were to take whey protein powder, this would definitely be a top contender. And there you have it, my top 3 protein powders that I recommend to help build muscle, burn fat, stay energized and satiated throughout your day. Whether you go for a clean vegan option or a high quality whey, these are all choices that I have personally tried and tested, other than of course the whey protein, and that I would personally recommend for all of you. Remember, it's all about what works for your body and your goals. What works for me may not work for you and vice versa. So don't be afraid to experiment with recipes and flavors to make it fun, and making protein powder a daily or weekly habit that you can incorporate to enhance your overall wellness lifestyle. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below, and check out my latest video, the #1 underrated supplement that I recommend for all women to achieve their weight loss and their fat loss goals. See you later.